third bow.
现在看到了，共识中。
阿弥陀佛, thank you everyone. And now we'll hand the time over
要
to
开始了。
Mr. Chen, Brother Chen. Masters at the abode, family of Australia and New Zealand, good morning. Thank you very much for the people behind the scenes, the staff behind the scenes who have been helping out and allowing us to conduct this online course. This course has 5 sessions. We will be able to see the sessions in the PPT. And this is all the stuff that I've been doing in Tzu Chi and the things that I've seen and experienced, along with some of the experiences I have faced myself. So this is our third lesson, our third session of the online course. So before we start, let's give an introduction. We treat our charity courses because we understand that they are our teachers. To understand the concept of suffering, we aim to develop wisdom and compassion by cultivating our own humility, patience, and introspective. And we must think about and reflect upon ourselves and what makes us do the stuff that we do and cultivate and be able to, through different cases, to be able to develop wisdom and compassion. So this class is all my sharings from my own experiences, and hope that everyone is able to take the main core values from these classes and develop it into your own customized models for your own local areas. So this session will be focused on teaching the rich to help the poor and how we optimize the meetings of case discussions. So in the first class, we talked about the 3 main areas or the 3 main steps of doing charity work. So one of the things is talking about how we need to first go and visit and what information we need to collect. And then the second one is doing the assessment. And then the last one is how we put these assessments into action and how we come up with the action that we are taking. So the discussions that we have about charity cases is important within the system and within this method. And throughout these discussions, we often meet a lot of different situations, and we meet a lot of different views and opinions. So how do we find mutual understanding throughout these different opinions? And it is not very easy to do. And this may cause some, I guess, some awkwardness between a lot of brothers and sisters. So we face this all the time in our own charity work. And how do we change ourselves so that we can carry the mission forward? So firstly, we will share a little bit about the introduction on how to establish and utilize case discussions. And we will then use the case of my own team and how we conduct meetings and discussions, and use these experiences to share with everyone. And hopefully that we are able to solve some of the issues or some of the misunderstandings we have about case discussions. And it's because of these experiences that I'm able to look back and reflect and to be able to develop a new model. So this is the 3 main points that we will be talking about in the class. So at the start, we will have a sharing from Master Zheng Yan, who will be talking about the art of communication and how Master teaches us as communication is a very important aspect of this class.
来来来，今天我嫁女儿，这个喜饼请大家吃。
恭喜老板，恭喜恭喜哦！
哎，老板，这个喜饼很有名哎，像我表哥啊，结婚的时候后来也是请这个喜饼，只不过啊，后来他们就离婚了。
来来来，今天我嫁女儿，这个喜饼请大家吃。
哦，谢谢老板哦，老板，你这个喜饼超有名的哎，像我表哥啊，结婚的时候他们也是请这个喜饼，然后啊，我们当时吃的都非常的喜欢，也很祝福他们。哎，丽婷，这麻烦你帮我们切一下，谢谢，
谢谢哦。
那这个喜饼这么多人吃，也刚好非常符合我们是要。
定定甲大家讲，哎呀，要讲一个代志，就爱因人因时因地，因为这个人，我要向伊讲安尼的话。要讲安尼的话呢，是毋是伫这个时机是适当也未啦？哦，是适当啊啦。毋过伫这个地点。 是毋是有适合等等啊？咱人啊，伫要讲话都爱有这3项拢记住，这叫做因、人、时、地。这个机会因缘有会合也未啦，就亲像迄个水果伫丛林。 啊是熟啊未？哦，那也未熟啊，都袂用啊慢落来哦，慢落来呢，这粒水果啊就袂食哩咯，那就是浪费去啦。所以讲的是也未到吼，这毋是讲话的时机吼。
沟通之前，先要观察对象、场合、时机是否适当。此外，非语言的声音与表情也会影响沟通的顺利与否。
那我的报告就差不多这样结束了，谢谢老板。
好，接下来是谁？
不好意思，我讲话比较直接，大家不要介意。像这次开会。 该来的都没有来，这样真的很影响士气。那我们到底要开什么会？
那我的报告就到这边结束，那下一个换。
我讲话比较直接，大家不要介意。 大家可能也有注意到这次的出席率比较低，但没有关系，也很开心大家都可以重视这次的会议。我们也愿意一起来讨论，我们再一起加油，加油！
要记得讲话都要小心啊，有的时候太迟啦，脸色不好看啦。 因为人与人之间最容易接触到的就是耳啊，听到你讲什么话，我欢喜，我受气，耳朵，或者是呢眼睛所看到的态度、脸色，脸色不好，态度不好，你讲话再甜呢也没有用。所以呢，这叫做声跟色声音跟脸色都要很注意啦
造成沟通障碍的因素中，除了时机不对、声色不好之外，不讲道理也会让人感到难以沟通。但是如果只讲道理，就是好的沟通吗？
其实我觉得像新人发生这样的错误，我觉得真的还好。
但是他才刚来1个礼拜而已，如果要求太多，好像也有点。
我也觉得应该要再给他一次机会。
刚大家都说要再给新人一次机会，然后而且他犯的只是一个小错，可是难道我们公司就要放任这种犯错的风气吗？而且一颗老鼠屎坏了1锅粥，难道大家没听说过吗？对不对？你们说我讲的有没有道理？
像那个新人的状况我真的觉得还好。
而且他才刚来1个礼拜，也不能要求他太多，真的。
我也觉得要再给他一次机会。
因为刚刚大家都说，就是新人是第一次犯错，然后他犯的也只是一点小错。那我其实认同，就是在规定之外也是要有点弹性啦。所以报这一部分，如果我们是不是再讨论一下，看怎么样才会比较符合情理？
有的人讲，我是种一个理，其实你讲了伤多啦，反倒转来感情会无去，会当过，咱就爱互伊过；会当包容的，咱就爱来甲伊包容。安尼呢，才会当好相安无事只要咱徛好家己的立场，办好咱家己的角色，那凡事呢都唔免计较啦。得到理呢，咱爱去较自由一个，唔通理直气壮，咱爱得理如何，咱唔通有这份讲。事事都是伫咧伦理。
常常说通情达理，然而若是过度强调达理，忽略了通情，也可能造成两人意见相左，僵持不下。这时有什么方式可以化解呢？
我们应该呢，咱爱知影讲，人的这个见解无同，都会彼此摩擦。这种彼此摩擦要怎么办呢？唯一的法是什么？忏悔你说我无唔对我是安怎我都爱甲伊忏悔。一句忏悔就是有唔对，伊嘛自然都无唔对。唔肯一句的忏悔你就是无唔对你也是不对。这就是人很奇妙了，人总是用感情嘛。明明我听到你这句话都很不舒服，你为什么说你不对呢？对啊，别人来评理评说是他对那不就是我错吗？那我错了，他对了，那我这一口气更咽不下去你看你就委屈一下只要人说你无唔对啦，你甲伊忏悔一下嘛，无甲倒去你若讲对只要你若知影我无唔对，我都好我心安理得所以我赶紧来甲伊忏悔者，安尼心就平啦。伊家己呢，那自己认为说 人家都说他对啊，其实真的我也不对啊，你还来向我忏悔，那我不是更要忏悔吗？很自然的，这种更要忏悔的心就出来。所以两个人彼此互相忏悔呢，这就是华水涤心哈。人与人之间都是互相对待，所以我们心中有华，也要让他心中也要有华。华与华中啊，我们的互相滋润，我们呢可以呢洒播爱的人间哈。
沟通的目的在于取得彼此共识，而非争个对错输赢。忏悔不一定表示理亏，而是展现自己的诚意，开启对话的平台。反之，如果太过在意我对你错，一意只想说服对方，往往难以达到良好的沟通效果。
咱若是跟咱定下讲，我足做的呢，我做干呢，啊你哪拢无甲我学咯，啊你哪拢无听我的话，干那想要得，要得到人听我的话，得到人听我的指挥。得到人尊重我，这种的德呢，实在是一种烦恼。这种的德就容易失，容易信，然后得信嘛，先得后信嘛。所以呢，不要常常有那种的德的心。我们最重要的呢，就是要多丢一点。我们就说，功德无量啊，功就是内能自谦，家己呢要定定真缩小，对自己要常常警惕自己，要缩小自己，要缩到小到呢，跑进了别人的眼睛还不觉得，也能跑到了他的心里，占一个很重要的位置。那么对自己是这样子，对别人呢，我们要做到外能礼让，就是德。对人为他礼让，用缩小自己，用礼让别人，去尊重别人，让他能感受到跟你在一起如沐春风。
佛陀教导弟子，菩萨要让众生愿意亲近，有4种方法。
咱日常生活，甲人对接讲话啦，那就是事业法。咱爱时时布施心，布施呢，甲人问一句好，这嘛是布施呀。甲人祝福一个，嘛是布施呀。人伫咧摕物件，人较替伊出一个力，嘛是力的布施呀。等等啦，人甲人的中间互相帮助呢，这拢叫做布施利行，帮助人啦。爱意呢，咱就是讲好话嘛，同时间啦，咱来定定甲人讲好话，好的法咱爱甲人分享哦。那有好的本领爱甲人互相传授，这种同事的爱，你若有这4项啦，伫咱的日常生活中，自然啦，人人都会爱你，人人都会尊重你呀。
布施、爱语、力行、同事，即是菩萨4摄法。若能够在日常生活中时常运用这些方法与他人互动，等于是为彼此铺垫了良好的关系通道，沟通起来自然减少许多阻碍。
有啥物款强做一项代志，咱互相来讨论啦。有优点，有缺点嘛。既然要讨论， 我就提出我的看法，咱会当人人来讨论啊，讨论到咱的共识啦，要完成起来这项代志，最优点、最水、真善美啦，无缺陷，安尼就是对啊啦。唔通讲哦，我伫咧做诶，咱逐名称上，逐个人来合作，我伫咧做，你讲出你诶意见，甲我伫做诶无共安尼你真伤害我，安尼对啊？毋对？毋对哦，吼！既然呢共事动作啦，那有意见，逐个人拢会当讲。这就是要互咱的要做的代志，更无缺点，更水更善，安尼就对。也若无呢，人若开始讲话，就讲我的心真受伤。这什么人敢甲你共事呢？那对事无对人，做代志较要紧。感恩啊！有这个缺点，你甲我提醒，我已经改过啦。这完成起来的物件，都是至真、至善、至美哦。咱来时时保存着感恩心，所以善解啦，感恩啦，这真重要吼。
沟通的本质即是人与人之间的交流，要写好这个课题，终究还是要回归到自己做人本身。
定定都甲逐个人讲你会当圆满啦，你爱先甲人做好圆满，人缘会晓做人的人。咱若会当定定甲人结好缘的人啦，有好缘伫咧，所以什么款的困难的代志，只要有投缘，甲伊沟通一个无问题啦。这就是做人有缘，你会当甲人的感情讲会通，所以。感情会通啦，这叫做长情。咱会当做个一个通情达理啦，安尼呢，就是人家缘啦。那人家缘呢，你做代志事事呢都缘咯，会当圆满这项代志。经过了这个人去沟通，去讲情代志都圆满啦！这个代志是安怎会当圆满呢？因为你通啦，道理原来是安尼哦。过去是误会啦，所以过去的误会，互要做的代志呢，种种拢有障碍道理甲讲较清楚啦，代志呢？都无障碍咯，这呢就是爱心，会晓安怎做人，做好人，做好咱人应该做好咱人对人无私的爱，做好咱人甲人的中间建立的感情，这敢毋是足简单呢
Master Zhenyan constantly reminds us that when we make discussions or talk, we need to be gentle and soft in our tones.
So when our reason is on our side, we must remain forgiving and talk in a polite and gentle tones. We must understand that interpersonal relationships. We shouldn't talk so much about reason, but we need to talk about the emotional sides as well. And a third point is that we must have Dharma in our minds. So we must be modest, and when we present ourselves, we must be courteous and we must be polite. So in our minds, we must have Dharma and we must be modest. And when we communicate with other people, we must practice the four virtues or the four ways of attraction, which is giving, loving speech, helping, and consistency. And through this, we will be able to earn trust and come to mutual understandings, and we will be able to work together on this Bodhisattva path. So through this, everything that we do, as long as we do it for a common good in harmony and with mutual love for each other, we are able to work together. So this is Master's teaching for us about communication, and hope that in the future, no matter what we do in interpersonal relationships, we must remember these four main points. So in our Tzu team, through our communication, we must join compassion and love to work together. So we must have, because we have the auspicious faith to be walking on this path together. So we have to have the right faith and the right thoughts and put our charity mission into action, and understand that the matters of birth, death, illnesses, and old age, and the four states of phenomena is very important. And we must put together compassion and wisdom. And we must work together and plan and discuss things. So this is very important in our lessons of working together. So where does this case study or case discussions fit into our application and our workflow? So it will fit under our team assessment, and then our actions that we want to take together. So I'd like to remind everyone that during charity visits and charity cases, we must remember that we must pass on the spirit and the wisdom, no matter if it is the new trainees that come through or volunteers that have just started on this path. This is all about passing on the spirit and wisdom. We must remember this deeply in our hearts, because a lot of new people or new volunteers, they look at us and they take us as their guide. So we must be their mentors, and we must teach them. So this case discussion is very important, so that we are able to pass on the spirit and the wisdom. So how do we hold a case discussion? We need to think about the people and the timing and the audience. So there is four methods that we will have. So there's two different timings. One is immediate and one is regular. So immediate is when things are quite urgent and we need to do timely discussions to put out the actions that is required. So the first one will be a post-visit discussion. So this discussion will be when we are finishing off a visit and we need to discuss the actions that we need to take. So we will discuss the actions and we will share information and increase our understanding. And our brothers and sisters will talk to our synergy teams to share with everyone what the charity team has been doing and what is happening during this time and how we can get everyone to help and support this case. So this is things that we must do immediately, and it could be a temporary kind of situation. And another one will be impromptu meetings for case needs, depending on the individuality of the cases. For example, if, say, they need someone to clean up their house, or they need more financial aid, or if they may be moving houses and need a bit more support in that way, or medical cases as well. Because this is all quite urgent. So the audience or the people that are taking part will be the charity teams and maybe the 4-1 team meetings and the charity team leaders. And so the goals of this is to quickly solve the issues and discuss the urgency. And the next one is one of our regular meetings, and that will be a community case study forums. So this is for the community, and it will be those that we have been looking after for quite some time. So the cases that we've been looking for quite some time, or sharing information about new cases that we've taken on. And by sharing and discussing ideas together, we are able to cultivate and learn. So what we want to do is encourage everyone to do charity work, because a lot of times our trainees or people who are working aren't able to come every time to visit these cases. So if we are able to have a forum for them to come and understand and to be able to cultivate and understand more about charity work. And so when they go out to ask for donations, they are able to share this with other people. And one day when they have more time, they may be willing and more active in participation to do charity work and increase their attendance and increase their actions. So our audience is community team members, usually including those in training. And the last one is regular review meetings. And this is maybe held every quarter regularly, or sometimes every half a year. And this is a review all the charity cases, mostly the long-term cases and follow-ups. And we talk about the current situation of these cases and how we are doing, and discuss any changes in their living or how to make any adjustments to fit their needs. So this is more regular. So today, we will be focusing on how to do a community case study forum, which is the third method, and what kind of methods that we can use. And through these methods, we are able to use it in other meetings as well. So this is methods that we use here in Taiwan, in Taipei. And of course, we are able to change these methods, requirements, and ways that we do things to adapt them to the needs of the local chapters. So why do we need to optimize our case discussions? So first, because we have discovered issues. When we discover these issues, we don't want to just leave them. Instead, we want to change and make adjustments. Because why do we want to make adjustments? Is because that it is very important that we can get more bodhisattvas to join us and more volunteers to join us, and hope that they are able to, through this case discussions, to be able to understand more and be able to cultivate. So when we discover these issues, we will attempt to make adjustments. So how do we make adjustments is that we must first establish some collective understanding and mutual understanding, and we need to implement them. So Master always tells us that when we do things, we must change and make adjustments along the way. And how do we do that is that we accumulate experiences and we accumulate things that we have learned, and we will be able to continue to cultivate. And through this, we are able to improve and to optimize our case discussions. So in these 3 years, we have made and attempted adjustments, and we have established collective understanding, and we are working towards cultivating and experiences and making implementations to make our discussions better. So what are some of the issues that we have faced? So in the past, we have realized that when they are coming into the discussions, they usually sit with people they know. For example, the same people in their team, and so or say their own teams. So this could be a barrier, is that they all have the same viewpoints, and they will keep sticking to these viewpoints. And when they come and express their own opinions, sometimes other teams will not feel so good about it, and it will become kind of like a barrier between communication. Another that we face is that maybe they're not really understanding the cases. So they might be listening to the cases, but they don't really understand. And so when they ask questions, it could be quite random, or it could be not on the topic. And so this will cause our discussion to be less focused, and this will affect the decisions that will be made. And during our decision making, we might have only a few opinions, so people not sharing a lot of opinions with other people. Or sometimes they really want to help the cases and they will keep sticking to their own opinion. Or sometimes it could be they think they are in the reason, so they will keep sticking to their own opinion or their own views. And this will create a kind of awkwardness or kind of two views for and against between parties, and will not allow resolutions to be made. Or sometimes that the opinions or the viewpoints or the resolution cannot be found because people are not on the same page. For example, sometimes when we talk about people's futures or what kind of financial aid to provide to people, some communities say, "Oh, okay, let's just clap and decide on the whether we're going to give to this person or not." Or in some areas, it could be let us vote, having people the majority wins kind of situation. So this is a very opinionated resolution. For example, some people who are more experienced or who are louder may kind of state their opinion, and then other people are not so willing to give their own opinions. So what will this bring to the team is that sometimes it will create a lot of negative emotions, especially, say, for example, the charity teams, but because they understand more about these situations, because they were the people that visited, but during this meeting, they feel like they're just reporting back and the decision is made by someone else. Or they might feel uncomfortable in this environment, feeling like the atmosphere is not so good. And then it could be because people, and then stereotyping, saying, "Oh, they don't want to come to this meeting because it's really serious," or only a few people makes the opinions or decisions and stuff like that, and they lose faith, and then which will mean that there is a lower attendance. So these are the 12 issues that we have discovered throughout our experiences. So how do we change? So how do we change? We can start from maybe seating arrangements or the role of the facilitator or the coordinator, and having more experienced people to be able to encourage people to share or come up with focusing the discussion. And the next is decision-making methods. So is there any ways that we can make the resolution together instead of just clapping, or instead of, say, for example, voting? So the first one is the seating arrangement. So we usually go into different groups, but these groups are not the normal groups that they do. The normal teams they have in their own communities. So how do we let everyone feel familiar about sitting in groups, but not in their usual teams? So usually what happens is we will play games or ice-breaking games, to reshuffle the groups and sit down in different groups. So when we have split them all up into different groups, we will let them know that hopefully that next time we are able, or in the future, we are able to sit in different groups or in different teams. And so they understand that in the future that they should split up and they should find different seats and make different groups. So we usually split into at least 4 groups. So why do we want to split to at least 4 groups? Is that because, for example, if there's only 3 groups, the opinions may be very limited, and people might have totally different opinions. So if we split into more than at least 4 groups, we are able to see a trend and similar opinions between groups. So usually it will be 5 to 7 people in a group, and with a facilitator or a coordinator. So we don't want to have a really large number of people per group, but we don't want to have too limited, so we can adjust accordingly. And this is for our sign-in form. So if we look on the top, so for example, this one is 2 of the groups, 2 teams. So we are able to see the number of people that have attended. And we are able to split them into different groups. So we would do it. In S shape. So we will go from 1 to 10, and then go from 11 to 20. So what we want to do is that we want to make sure that because people come in at different times, we don't want some of the groups to have a lot of people, but some of the groups to have really limited number of people. So every time if we go from the first, from left to right all the time, what happens will have a lot of people in group 1, but not a lot of people in group 10, for example. So if we do it in an S shape, so left to right and then right to left, that way we will have more of an even group. So this is just for an example or a template. I'm sure that there may be better options for local needs. So this is just an example to share with everyone. The next thing is the role of the facilitator or the coordinator. So it's very important to choose the right person. So every group will have a facilitator. So usually this will come from a lot of the 4-in-1 team members, the team leaders. I'm sorry, and these facilitators, it's not about them talking all the time and like teaching these members, but instead it is about encouraging members to speak and to state their own opinions, especially about the cases that we go and visit. And after everyone states their opinions, to be able to focus the discussion and to be able to lead the discussion along, and to be able to come up with our group consensus. And seeing looking throughout the groups and inviting someone, a representative from the group to share. So usually the facilitator is not always the person who is sharing with the whole group. Instead, we will try and find somebody else in the group to share. So through this, we are able to train some charity team members and see if there are any talents that may be arising from these team members. Because I know a lot of brothers and sisters, they may be quite young or not as experienced, but some of them may have, say, very logical or very good at analyzing the situation. So these are the people that we hope that will join the charity team. So how do we do this kind of discussion? So the discussion process, usually we'll have the charity team to do a bit of sharing about the case studies that we are talking about today. And through PPTs, we will, through the PPTs, if anyone has any questions, then we will go and do the question answerings and Q&A session. And this way, anything they do not really understand, or if they are not too certain about what the charity team has said, they are able to ask questions. So our charity team should truthfully, honestly, and to share and to answer these questions. Sometimes people may think that a lot of the audience is asking these questions just to kind of poke at them, or say to just like to really but instead, actually, they are only doing that to nut out the details. So our charity team needs to be truthful, and we don't want any judgment in these comments, or in these questions, or in these answers. So it is very important that the presenter does not say, charity team is so-and-so, charity team is doing this and that. Instead, they should keep sharing without being too subjective. And when they finish answering the questions, we will have 10 minutes of discussion, at least 10 minutes, because that gives them enough time. And this will be facilitated by the coordinator or the facilitator in each table. And then we will get a representative from each group to share what their opinions are, or their viewpoints are. And it is very important the comments are realistic and not being subjective. And it's definitely very important that we not only give opinions about the amount of money that we're giving, or the financial aid that we're giving, or the materials that we're giving, but it is very important to hear from each table about what kind of maybe ways that we can look after these cases. One of the things that one experience that I had was that, for example, sometimes a lot of grandmas and grandpas look after their own grandchildren. So it's a cross-generation kind of situation. So one of the sisters said that is because it's a cross generation situation, is the child going to classes after, or are they having problems with their education? If they are, is it that we can help them out in this sense as well? So these are opinions that more experienced sisters and brothers may be able to bring up and to share with the charity team. So another example could be that they are not able, the case is not able to find a job. So even then, the brothers and one brother and sister mentioned that maybe they have a job opening, or they know someone who needs a employee. So these are things that can be answered, or even situations that can be solved through this discussion. So this feedback is very important for the charity team, and gives a lot of opinions for our charity team to be able to think about. It also allows everyone in the meeting and in the forum to see different viewpoints. So when I was there, I can see that all the representatives, they're all very happy to share, and all the groups are happy to share their comments and their opinions. So through this discussion, we need to make decisions. So we will have a very important role, which is the coordinator. This could be the MC for the day, or it could be, say, a very experienced charity team member, or our social worker. This person should be able to collect, to be able to listen to each group's ideas and opinions, and analyzing like the overlapping domains. So in the past, we usually have for example, an opinion or a thought that say, there's so many different ideas there. So how do we collect, or how do we find the consensus? For example, there may be 10 groups in our forum. So for example, out of the 10 groups, maybe 2 groups say we give $8,000. Or some people may say, a few more groups may say $9,000 instead. Or say a few more groups saying, maybe $10,000 or $12,000. So we might have 2 groups, 1 group, like say 5 groups, etc., of different values. So in the past, it could be the majority rule kind of thing. So that means the more groups will win and say, for example, $10,000 or something. But now this is not what we do. our coordinator will say that we have, say, more, we will say, oh, okay, so there is many different options, so how do we choose? And then we will say, should we include them into our more regular financial aid, or what are the overlapping domains? Say that every group has suggested that we can has a range between, say, $8,000 to $12,000. So this is the range that we have, and we will go through, you know, why are the reasons that we give so much money, or why are the reasons that we change this amount. And sometimes even we might get groups that decide, no, they don't need any help. So when this happens, we will get the groups to share why they think that financial aid is not necessary. And we will ask them to share more about their opinions. And the coordinator will be able to say, thank you, and respond with wisdom, even though these different opinions is not the majority of the people or the audience at the forum, but it is very important to understand that every opinion is important, and then every idea should be cherished and valued in this discussion. So we will promote dialogue and promote some consensus. So we will get the charity team to share and say, you know, have they been giving money already, or what are their opinions, and share more about the reasons behind these opinions and viewpoints. And this, through this, they will be able to take away all the different opinions from the different groups, and try to form a consensus, and try and changes or anything, and adjustments. It's very important that any adjustments to the reasons behind any judgments should be shared amongst the groups, and let everyone understand the reasons behind this adjustment. So it is very important that we are able to form a consensus, and we do not vote, or we do not stand sides, or we do not clap and say aye for consensus. It's not about, say, for example, majority rules, but it is about forming a consensus within this collective group. And they will share the opinions and the reasons behind why they chose this amount. Or even if they give more money, they can share the reasons why they have chosen this amount. Is it because there are other factors that was not shared? Or are there any problems that the case may be facing at this point in time? When the charity team makes this decision, if the case may say that it is not enough, or if the charity team feels like it is not enough, we can come back and discuss, or if we can feedback or have a bit more flexibility to change the amount within a certain range. So some people may think if we are giving the, I guess, the decision-making role to the charity team, will it be that every time we will give charity cases money, or if every single case will pass? Instead, that's not the case, because sometimes when charity teams talk about or bring forward cases, there is the option to say, no, we will not give money, or we will not give any help. And when this happens, the charity team will go back and to think about it and to analyze why it has been rejected. So the coordinator is very important in this meeting, because it allows the charity team, they are the bridge between the charity team and the participants. So to allow the charity team to feedback to the participants. So when the charity team feeds feedback to the participants, they must be modest, listen mindfully, and communicate with integrity. So the coordinator needs to facilitate the communication between the charity team and the participants to gradually come up with a consensus. So they must be neutral, listen mindfully, and find the consensus and find the connections between both parties. So it is very important that they have gratitude, respect, and love as the base. So I always tell our brothers and sisters that all participants should be very grateful and show gratitude to the charity team to go to these charity visits, and to go there and actually find out all this information for us to make a decision. So the charity team should also show gratitude to the participants, because through these forums, they are able to see different viewpoints and hear different opinions, and be able to analyze together the right amount to give, or the aid that they need to give to the charity cases. And we must understand that this is all for Tzu Chi, and this is all for the people in need. Through these meetings, we want to find consensus. We don't want to say who's right and who's wrong. We must support each other, and we must stand in each other's shoes. So we shouldn't be giving people power. Instead, we should be thinking about participation of the teams. For example, charity team will be able to have 50% participants, 49, and we have 1% to the coordinator. Because in the end, the charity team will have to make the decision, but it is an input from all parties. They should take these feedback with gratitude, and share with everyone the reasons why they decide to make the decision that they have decided to make. So this is through a two-way communication channel to believe in each other and to have faith in each other and to quickly come up with a consensus. Usually one case should be around 40 minutes and through this 40 minutes to come up with the consensus. And the very important word is support. Every participant should support the charity team and to give them our trust. So this is the kind of atmosphere that we want to be in.
Bro, that doesn't even make sense. It makes total sense. You just open up your mind and listen to other people's opinions.
What's going on here? What's going on?
John's being ridiculous. I'm being ridiculous. You're the one that thinks
Bro,
that. How can you not see?
Okay, boys, calm down. Okay, everybody take your seats. Matthew, John, come up here, please. And John, stand over there and face that direction. Matthew, come over here and just do the opposite. Thank you. Okay, boys, turn around. And John, what color is the ball?
The ball's white. Seriously? Bro, you just like making things difficult?
Well, what color do you say the ball is?
Black. The ball is black, clearly. I don't know what you see around, but the ball is white.
Without looking at the ball, I want you to both switch places. Okay, both of you, please turn around. And what color is the ball now? Okay, please have a seat. Throughout our lives, we believe many things, and we hold dear what we think is right and true. But at times there'll be others who disagree with us. What we believe to be 100% right, they believe the opposite just as strongly. Well, how can that be? Can't they see? We can become frustrated, we might grow distant, we may even sever relationships entirely. Slow down. Breathe. Step into the other person's shoes. It'll make all the difference.
Actually, this short video is really trying to teach us what I was speaking before. We need to step in the other person's perspective and think of what they are thinking about. So what I was speaking before regarding thinking about what the other person's thinking is very important. We need to be able to think about one another and believe in one another and support one another. So a lot of things we can look at, we can categorize into three categories: system, warmth, and attitude. So when we systematize our meetings, we will definitely have a report. We'll have good processes and we'll rotate our positions. Therefore, people will be able to see from very different perspectives. When you go and visit cases, there are definitely a lot of warm stories that you can share. So the warmth is very important in a meeting. So sharing these stories, seeing the highlights of improvements of cases, and finding the values of doing charity is important. And through the stories from our cases, it actually helps us soften our hearts and develop our compassion. So in terms of attitude, we need to continually learn. We need to be open-minded and be respectful. So it is important that we keep this in mind. So this is a brief report. When you look at this sample, you can see that there is some type of fluency. With this fluency, it actually helps everyone to understand the case better. And because of this understanding, it will help us in terms of efficiency. So some people may ask that is this stressful doing these a lot of this paperwork and reports beforehand? And so actually this is a lot of work, but we have a team and we should be able to do this as a team and share the job around. And by supporting one another, we'll actually be able to complete these tasks properly. This this brief report is actually very important because it will improve efficiency and our understanding on cases. So while we are discussing in meetings, we need to discuss about the place, time, schedule, and from all these discussions, we should come up with a proper documentation that actually helps document everything and list everything down in detail. So a lot of these meetings in terms of time and everything can be changed. So he has had experience that sometimes we used to have meetings on a Friday evening, but because we see the benefits of these meetings, we moved it to Saturday. And on top of that, we also added some Dharma study and improvements. So from that, everyone's learning a lot. So we're not just talking about the cases, but we're actually sharing on how these cases have improved. So it's very important that in your meetings, we should always organize a heartwarming sharing of what our cases have gone through and the improvements. So this is a big teamwork, and we want to make our meetings actually very valuable and with a lot of content. So sometimes it's not just about talking about cases; it's about organizing a complete picture and sharing for everyone. So there are different positions, like there will be a chair, there will be people that are doing logistics, there will be people that are doing the minutes, there will be people that are doing the MC job. So through all of these tasks need to be documented and everyone has some type of job to do. So then they will be able to benefit your team and your meeting. Whether the discussion is successful or not, we can actually explore the highlights of the cases. So from the highlights, we'll be able to learn and benefit us as well. With the case study sharings, you don't need to document these down in a report. It can be a light-hearted sharing where you just come and share about your learning and the benefits that the cases have gone through. So there's some examples. Some on the photo here is a Tzu volunteer that's been in Tzu for a long time, and how she actually mentored a new volunteer to go and do charity work. And so while she's sharing, she's actually feeling that she is learning a lot. So there's also some cases where the person that's looking after a case, and maybe something serious have happened, like maybe one of the cases have passed away, and through sharing, other people can actually help this person emotionally as well. So it's not just about sharing to teach other people, but also getting some more feedback and wisdom from other people. Sometimes we have also invited the cases themselves to come and make a sharing. So this is also quite beneficial. So making your meetings with these sharings actually allows even cases to open up even more. So having these sharings can really improve the warmth of the meeting. So through this process, we should be able to give all our volunteers the opportunity to highlight what have been positive and what has been very good. So it's very important to be open-minded and actually learn from a lot of the experiences. It's about self-development as well. So some volunteers, we shouldn't limit who should be able to attend this meeting, because we should be able to open this meeting up to many people. For example, in Taiwan, there was a quite a old volunteer. She attended one of these meetings for the first time, and then because of this, she was able to learn about, wow, this is where my donation money is going to. So instead, she gave her more energy to go and ask for donations. So it is important that we continue to remind ourselves. And because we have a lot of bad habits, so we should be very patient in terms of reminding everyone about the new practices and how we can improve. These 3 years, what are the differences about optimization? So through optimization, actually it reduces the tension in the team. And the ideas and the perspectives actually also become more similar, and our volunteers actually become more on the same page. And actually, less people started to complain about, for example, how many things that how much we should help the case. So complaints from volunteers actually is also reduced. So really, what are the benefits is actually the atmosphere becomes more harmonious. We have more beneficial discussions, and we have more volunteers joining. So through the optimization and also the change in the culture, it actually made a lot more people want to come to attend this meeting. And because of that, people are more willing to provide their perspectives. So from the beginning, we had about 40 to 50 volunteers come to see attend these meetings. To now, after about 4 months, we have over 70 people come attend the meeting. So the optimization, although we have already started to implement it, but you can actually see that because everyone's mentality is all about improvement, so we can always constantly see more changes. And a lot of volunteers actually seek to want to improve more. So it has been very beneficial by changing the time from a Friday evening to Saturday because everyone can participate. So due to this optimization, it has also provided us with a good vision. So this optimization is still continuing and we still need to put in effort into it. And so through this process, we can actually see that all of our Dharma brothers and sisters are becoming closer. We actually understand each other better. Not like before where we had more arguments and our heart is very separated. So this is an opportunity to bring people together. So what I realized is that having positive feedback, you will get a lot of positive results. So the agreement for everyone to believe in the results and accept the results is very important. So it's never about the minority need to agree with the majority. So Master always says that we need to have the same idea, same thinking, and then our speech needs to be the same. So we have good affinity to be with Master Zhen Yan to walk this Bodhisattva path. So through this cultivation, we should remind one another so that we can become better in terms of our cultivation of Dharma. So then the Dharma will continually flow. So this meeting and the way we conduct this meeting becomes very important to develop our culture. So how do we have common knowledge, general agreement, and working together? So if you look at the purple writing, there are the situations in our current meetings, the things that are quite negative. And when you look at the right side in the white writing, you can see these are the benefits of changing implementing the optimization of meetings. So you can see that the warmth of atmosphere, even changing the seating arrangement actually helps to develop a common knowledge and a general agreement. So by working together in the past, people were dissatisfied with one another and had a lot of stereotypes. So whilst we change our meeting culture, you start to realize a harmonious atmosphere. we often say that the common knowledge is like this photo. 20 people with their legs tied together. When we have a same direction, we are running together. And through this process, some people may fall, some people may get hurt, but we have the same goal, and therefore we'll still be able to work together. So it's important that our hearts are all tied together and we help each one out. So now let's watch Masters.
实际是因为我的师父，上应下顺导师。我皈依的时候，他给我的6个字：为佛教，为众生。6个字。那么简单的6个字啊，但是呢，进入了我的心坎里，刻骨铭心啊！我立愿，我一定要做到了，为佛教，为众生。皈依受戒以后啦，就是6个月，足足6个月的时间。在这个小木屋里啊，好好的、静静的在静思。我的师父要我为佛教、为众生，我要如何做呢？当然也是有因缘呐。这藏经那么多啊，佛经那么多啊。我要从哪一个方向走？那我就选择啦《法华经》。那《法华经》的道理真的很深奥啊，但是呢，它是很契合菩萨入众生群的这里面的道理。30几年前，我就逐天甲我修行的几个弟子，我就甲因讲妙法莲华经嘛，敢若妙法2字吼，我讲要到4个月，还是讲有完无，还是讲无完。所以讲，你若要用佛法来讲话啊，真正讲吼，很深很深。但是呢，讲遐尼真多。因听有无？有啊，讲台湾话嘛，听有啦。啊，体会会到无？嘛是体会会到咧。但是呢，其实伊个内容安怎？你阁甲我分析一遍，互我听，我都听有讲袂出来啦。安尼是毋是真正有体会？啊，无体会着。所以讲，佛法，那敢若一个人来讲啊，真侪人来听啊，迄拢无路用啦。就是讲，我来做，恁甲我同齐，我的感受，恁也感受会着，互相会当感受，所以我定定讲做就对啊啦，简单就是啦。佛陀在世时，一直伫咧建立佛法的精神，要互大家人知影，人生呢就是苦，人生就是苦，世间就是无常，要互大家人知影。啊，迄个时阵呢，大家人就是听，但是众生的根基呢，就是无平静。84000外的烦恼吼，每一个烦恼爱用这个法药去对治，实在无简单呢。 所以佛陀开头啊，说华严啊，说阿含啊，讲方顶啊，淡薄者啊，那伫这种的这个时代呢，不断的用众生的根基来说法。不过佛陀呢，42年过啊啦，看大家人呢，迄个根基还是同款的各有执着，执空执有啦。所以呢，佛陀认为安尼不对，赶紧呢，经讲法华经啊，正直下方便啊，一句话行菩萨道，就是菩萨道嘛。所以师父开始的时，感觉到讲哦，我爱带人行菩萨道，啊，无爱甲讲真深的道理，行就对啊啦，做就是啊啦。大家人呢，做对的代志，那就是法啦。所以迄个时阵开始，当然有真多因缘嘛吼。我的方法呢，毋是干那拄仔讲话互恁听。用着这份爱心，不管伊的身躯偌尼正大杀，不管伊的家厝内底偌尼正肮脏，咱都是共款，把这个现前的境界，安尼甲伊撇开掉，用爱导入，清理伊的身躯，清理伊的家庭，这是毋是智慧呢？咱若会当启发了人这份的慈悲，天下的老人拢总有人疼，有人顾，有人爱，不分别环境的好歹，咱还是共款去甲伊导入，啊，这就是叫做智慧。心无挂碍，无挂碍故，无有恐怖。那就远离颠倒妄想嘛。咱伫个心经里拢足好背。那么，这种安藏的境界呢，是毋是咱有法度好入去，而无恐怖？咱若会当，我若会当入去，而心不动摇，不恐怖，安尼呢？就是远离颠倒妄想啊！我会记得，伫10几年前，当初我嘛是同款，拢会去复查，去伫咧复查中间伫中部啊，有一位老人，就是捡破烂，但是伊是伫高楼林。所以物件捡啊，就是安尼拍呀，拍去你伫伊大的周围，迄个囤积落来，到底是几年啊？无人知影。只是楼顶楼骹、厝边隔壁，一直真咸，感觉讲真臭，真歹的味道。啊！这个老人嘛，已经坐岁嘛，已经病啦。我就对因去看，后面有对着一位佛教界的朋友，伊就讲：好啊，对恁来去看看，什么叫做贫穷？所以因甲我斗阵去，到迄个楼梯口开始呢，就。手巾仔摕起来对鼻风咧，我就甲讲，袂安怎啦，不要怕。伊讲毋嘛，我无想爱搁再去啦。到厝都是伫都市，到厝呢都是安尼，花美拢是新补的物件。这种的境界啦，自这人。这群人间的菩萨， 因唔惊，就是啊，超越了人间的境界啊，所以从迄回了后，我对人间的活菩萨，我起了无限的尊重心。尽管有真侪人无法度好念，伊嘛毋知影啥物叫做八节心经，确实伊有法度呢，面对着即种心无挂碍、无挂碍故、无有恐怖，有法度呢，通好远离颠倒梦想，这实在是互人足敬佩。
What Master Zhen is saying, we can see that our meetings is not just a normal discussion. So we are walking the Bodhisattva path when we do charity visits. So our meeting discussions is actually a Dharma assembly. So when we make these discussions, we actually treat it with a lot more respect. And so there are 6 achievements of case discussions and forums. So if you can have a look at the green, these are all the things that we need to achieve. So we believe that faith and original belief of charity. So when we are going into these meetings, we need to bring, what type of attitude are we bringing? We need to bring a value that we want to do good things and we want to learn. So we need to have a good timing so everyone can actually participate and be able to contribute. So these stories that we are sharing with everyone, it's actually a sharing of Dharma, and these cases are actually our Dharma teachers. So we need to treat it with care and respect and learning. So these 6 achievements is what we are cultivating when we are conducting meetings. So when we have these achievements and growth, you will see that the meeting will slowly be mature. So because of this, so through this process of optimizing, you will find that people will slowly stop hiding and becoming more open-minded. So people started to be more willing to discuss and bring out their opinions. And because of that, you will actually get more truth out of everyone, rather than them being scared of talking about their sharings and their opinions. So our local charity team is slowly becoming mature. So how we need to make sure that, and we have to continue ask ourselves, are we willing to make those changes? Because only when we have that idea of making the changes, can we actually implement these? And so it's important to have a look at ourselves in terms of change. So after watching this video, I hope you have some sharings and you hope you learned a lot from this. So to make these changes, you actually need to have courage. So if we have the courage to make these changes, we should come together, we should have our confidence, we should have diligence, and from there we'll be able to achieve our results. So today the class will conclude here, and I hope that these experiences and learnings will give you a lot of ideas. A lot of these documents, we have templates that you can use and you can refer to. Thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye.